Hi friends, it's Susan Smith with StampCreatively. See what I have here? This is Hues of Happiness. It's from the new catalog. And I have a few things to show you with it. Tanya Dieterlin from the Wonderbasement and I decided we would do the same suite today. And then the first person that posts a comment, a nice one, be nice, friends, and likes my, subscribes to my channel, I will send you a card. And then Tanya's going to do the same thing, and she'll send you a card. And one of Tanya's friends will get a card from me. We decided to mix it up a little bit. So here's the Hues of Happiness. You'll have to let me know if this is one of your favorites. Let me know if this is in your pre-order and one of your favorites. The designer series paper has these patterns to it, and they almost look like brush strokes, which is interesting. My friends took me to the Van Gogh exhibit at our local art museum last weekend, and it kind of reminds me of Van Gogh's brush strokes. Here's all the colors that are in the designer series paper. There's just a ton of colors, from Pool Party to Night of Navy, Mossy Meadow, and then you can kind of see the rest. So I liked that brushstroke pattern a lot, and I was trying to stamp and create that pattern. And then I got the idea, here's the images. This is one of the cards I had already done with it, where I used my blends with the pretty paper, and then those frames that I love. These little dots come with it. And when we just decided to do this, I like to kind of do like a deep dive into it. So I pulled out all the dies, and I ran all the dies through the embossing folder, trying to decide what I wanted to do. And then I was trying to color it to make it look like the paper. And then I got this brilliant idea, or I don't know. You may go, well, that took you a while. To stamp all these images on that paper. So there are all of my florals that I did by just cutting them out of the designer series paper. This is one of the dies that goes down the edge. And then this one also goes down the edge, and it makes it look like this. You took it off of one of those tab things, and then this looks like you pulled it out of a notebook. I like them. This is one of the larger images, and it just kind of gives you a floral, it's like a lattice. So it's got some texture in here. And then there's some of these things that don't cut out. So I can make them stand up if I go through and twist all of these to make them stand up, which would give my card some more dimension. So I was trying to decide what to do, and this is the card that I created. So I took Pool Party as my base. I took one of those patterns that I liked a lot, and I'm going to seal this down. I stamped the word friends. Don't look at the back. Don't be judgy that I'm covering this up. It happens. You have to use both sides of the cardstock. Oh, you know what? I could have, if I had folded this back, I could have put this here so when you opened it, you could have seen that. You could have seen the back of that, which would have been smart of me when it's a pretty pattern. But let's see, can I get my seal off? Can I change it up? How brave do I feel today? Oh, look at that. It's coming off. Okay, I'm sorry, my friend Carla, who will look at this video and go, she changed it in the middle. I did. Because I turned the paper over. So now I'm going to fold this back on itself. So it's, well, maybe if I could fold straight. So there you go. Now it's half. Now I'm going to put down my Okay, so now now when you open it, if they open it like this, they can see that pretty paper. So I could tie a ribbon around here, or I could seal this down to make sure it stayed down. Okay, so then the next thing I decided to do was I decided to put this on here and then put my flowers on top of this image. I don't want to seal this down yet because I'm not sure how I'm going to stick them all on. And I have one more element I want to add to it. So I went through and kind of pulled out some of the flowers. I don't do flat flowers well. They need some dimension. So I took my bone folder and kind of went around the image to kind of make it curl. So then when I stick this image down, it's going to have some dimension to it. And when I do that, this is what I like to do. This is my favorite way to do it. I like to, here's all the seal that I pulled off, stuck in the middle of my table. That wasn't very smart. Well, I like to put some seal right here in the middle to hold it down. And then I like to take my dimensionals and put a couple under where I want it to stay raised up. And that's how I'll stick this down. Come on, thing. I don't know when you're watching my video, but it's a Wednesday. It's rainy. It's supposed to storm today in Indiana. Okay, I still can't show you the inside of the catalog. I'd show you what Stampin' Up! Did with it, but I can't show you that yet. So I've added this flower here. And now I think I want some of my leaves to be on the back. I don't necessarily want them on top. So I've got this going like this. I could stick them under here if I wanted to, or I could stick them behind here, which I always think that gives it a little bit more dimension. Sorry, I gotta curl my leaves, so I'm gonna curl these leaves. And I'm gonna put a glue dot on it and stick it behind here. It hasn't stormed yet. They keep saying it's going to, but not yet. Because then I want it to kind of come over the edge like that. And I could stop there because that's pretty, but I want to use a few more of these colors in here just because I like them so much. It was weird to stamp on some blue flowers, but I did it because that's what they have in their designer series paper. So I could pull this blue flower over here and then use one of those purple roses. I think that's what I'll do. So again, I'm going to roll my flower so that it sticks up a little bit more. I do think I want dimensional under that. That way if they mail it and it gets flattened a little bit in the mail, it's going to pop back up. It's got a dimensional. And then I've got this purple rose. I thought too about cutting apart that rose because I could cut that apart and kind of layer it and even get some more color. There's two roses. There's this one and this one. They look very similar. I think I like that one. See, I make myself crazy. How to make yourself crazy. If you're ever wondering, just go ahead and message me. I'll tell you how. I seem to do it daily. And then I have this light purple. Again, I stamped all over the paper so that there was lots of different colors. I'll move this back a little bit so you can kind of see all my different colors. I think I'm going to do this light lavender over here. It did take a couple passes through the Big Shot. You know, and I thought about taking my blends and shading these a little bit, which you could definitely do. So you could shade your blends, or take your blends and shade it a little bit. You could add some different colors to it. Like I could add a little bit of a, come on, friend. You know, a hyacinth or something to this with my blend, and that might darken it a little bit. Okay, so I like this. I like it, but I'm not done. I have one more thing I want to show you that I'm going to do. Oh, I want to add some more leaves. The heck. So again, I'm going to curl them. I'm going to put a glue dot on my leaf. it's prom weekend where I live. So someone called, I'm going to do some prom flowers. I haven't done those in forever. And the last flowers I did was my niece's wedding. You know, way back before I started stamping, I used to do floral arranging. I used to work at a flower shop and I liked it, but I haven't done it in a while. Occasionally I'll do it for somebody's prom or something, but in a wedding, I don't want to do too much. It's weekends and evenings. Holy smokes. It's a lot of work. Those brides. I will say that it used to be a whole lot simpler to keep a bride happy. I'm going to put this one under again. Okay, so I like that. So I've got the top of my card done. Now, I ran this through the gold, and I kind of wanted to stick it under here just to add a little bit of interest to that. So I put the gold under there, but before I stick it under there, I liked these holes, and it screamed to have this new skinny ribbon. I'm using the Orchid Oasis, which is what I used for these words. So I decided to use the same color, and it's metallic woven. I'm still learning all the terms, just like I'm learning all the product. Again, when I start, you know, when Tanya and I talked this morning, I was like, I need to like kind of do a deep dive into this to see what I like with it, what all the dyes do. So that's why I started playing with it. And I like it. I made that one card with it, but I really hadn't played with anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I've woven that through. I'm going to scooch this up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There's a fine line between making sure you can see everything I'm doing and me pulling back too far so you can't see it. So I'm trying, it's hard to be conscious of that because I don't like looking up all the time. Come on. This is skinny ribbon. And where'd it go? All right, we're going to start this bow again. I am not normally bow challenged, but I am because you all are watching me and I looked up at my hands. It's always a bad idea. Come on, ribbon. There it goes. It's so cool. I love this ribbon. I love the fact that it pulls apart. I like anything that I can change the way it looks. And it doesn't have to look the same every time I use it. Okay, so I'm going to fray this side. And then I'm going to, oh, my flower didn't stay. Okay, let's move all those flowers out of the way. Stick this one back here where it belongs. And I'll put the glue dot on it. Down there to cover up that corner. Okay, so now I'm going to put some seal down this edge and some seal in some of those spots that don't have the pattern. So my gold will stick back there. So we wanted that bow at the top. Yeah, I can put the seal on this. Let's stick it all down. Oh yeah. Look how pretty those colors are. I need another dimensional back here so it'll stand up a little more for me. Look how pretty those colors are. What a fun card. And then when they open it, I still need to tie that down because I want them to open it this way so they can see that pretty backside. I mean, there's nothing better than a pretty backside, right, friends? Seal this down. Look, this is what happens when you start taking stuff off. That'll all come off. I'll fix that. Nobody's going to get a card with a messy back. There you go. Now it does this. Okay, and there's one more thing I need to do. This is one of my favorite things. Look at those. You know, it's funny because I've had people to my house and I go, look at my favorite things. And they go, oh, they don't look like that in the catalog. I'm like, no kidding. I now have an eye on top of my friend. Oh, I need to put a blue one. Look at those. Does that just not make you as happy as it does me? I don't know that I like the yellow, but I do like these. Okay. All right, friends, there you go. There. Oh, I should put one in the middle. Now I have to use one of the yellow ones. So this is kind of an abstract set, and I liked it. Again, you can see my gold. There you go, friends. Thanks for joining me. I'll do another video again soon. I've got camp next week. Got a lot going on, but I like it. This is such a busy time because we're showing you different things. We're showing you I still have the January to June catalog that I'm working with. I still have some annual catalog stuff that I'm showing until the end of the month. And then May starts a new catalog. So I've got all the stuff I'm previewing. So it's just kind of crazy. I feel like I've definitely glitter squirreled things. So cheers. Thanks for joining me. And I will chat with you soon. All right, friends, have a good one.